Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of CoinNewsExtra interview session. So today we'll be looking at blockchain education and what should be done. And we have an educator in the ecosystem who will be joining us to talk about it. She's joining us from Canada. She is Uzma Abbas, a Bitcoin blockchain educator. Uzma, you're welcome to CoinNewsExtra.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. So we've been doing amazingly great in the ecosystem, educating people, onboarding people, because we believe that education is the key to mass adoption, and you've been doing that. That's very nice. Before we go straight to the topic, we would just like to know a brief about you.
Sure. So I started in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency sphere in 2017. Previous to that, I was working in the high-tech industry as a project manager, software developer, and I did many things in the technology field, mostly in telecommunications. I stopped working in 2017, and I decided to do something new. And I started exploring on the internet about what's going on, what's new in technology, and I ran across the Bitcoin. I heard about Bitcoin before, but I never got a chance to really study it on my free time. So I started reading up on about it, and I realized it's not just the technology, it's a whole ecosystem, economic model, and it had great potential to change the world. And then I started learning about the whole cryptocurrency market that started evolving from there. So I taught myself a lot how to use it, understanding cryptocurrencies, the technology behind the market behind it, the players, the communities. So I started doing presentations and talking to people about it. And then I realized that people really need to get educated because not everybody has the time or effort to put into learning about this technology. And obviously it's going to affect us all. So I thought to make it a goal for me to teach people of what this technology is, how it can affect their lives, and how to use it, and what changes will be coming.
Justin, you are doing amazingly well. So we've been able to see how the ecosystem is, the blockchain and cryptocurrency ecosystem. They are very young, and there is less population of the world embracing blockchain and cryptocurrency, despite its nature and its opportunities that it's creating. So what's the hindrance from your own point of view? What do you think is the hindrance? Some people talk about regulation, some people talk about education. What's your own point of view?
I really believe the hinder is education because when you have a very powerful technology, many influencing players come into the scene and they realize there's a lot of money to be made, a lot of power to be gained by working or using cryptocurrencies. And so when you have a collection of people move into this to certain sphere, other people that don't have the true understanding of it think of it as more like gambling or some sort of a niche market or some sort of fad. Some people are scared of it. So because of all these misunderstandings of people not really being able to understand what this technology is about, not having the right fundamental education, you get a market that's full of FOMO, and a lot of FUD. It's not going to bring the market down because the market is growing very, very fast and it has great potential. However, it would actually could negatively affect people that don't fully understand the risks and the potential of this technology.
Interesting. You will be able to identify that from your own point of view, there is education, there is the hindrance when it comes to adoption. So having identified that, let's take a look into it. What should be done for proper blockchain and cryptocurrency education for mass adoption?
Well, it depends what your mass adoption is, but you always have to start. There's going to be many different ways that people are going to adopt cryptocurrency, and not just people, but institutions, governments. So there's going to be adoption across the board in different ways. So to really understand what kind of adoption is going to take place, by whom, and for what reason, you have to start with Bitcoin. And I've always emphasized that because Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency and the first decentralized cryptocurrency. And what Bitcoin brought was quite amazing new concepts that people really have a hard time wrapping their head around. Like, what is decentralization? What is the potential of decentralization? What is hashing? These technical terms, though not everybody's technical, but there's certain basic terms that people need to understand. And once you understand the fundamentals of the technology, then you can understand where this technology could be used. So it's a very multidisciplinary ecosystem. So I always start teaching people why Bitcoin was created, from where it came out of, and what was the reason behind it, and from there, how did the crypto industry grew from there, and which players are in there for what reason. So I always start off with the beginning of history, and that's Bitcoin.
Interesting. You've been looking at your profile. You are a Bitcoin and blockchain educator. So you've been educating people. How have you been achieving this education? How have you been imparting people through which means or medium? And what are the challenges you've been facing?
Okay, so like I said, in 2017 when I started, I basically was talking to friends and family and teaching them about this new technology and where it's going. Then eventually I went to their friends, and through other acquaintances I started teaching people, and I realized that this information really needs to be spread to across masses. So I joined the cryptocurrency community here in Montreal, and I went to the Bitcoin meetups and cryptocurrency meetups, and I did free presentations for them. And it was based on technology, it was based on economics, it was based on markets. So all the disciplines that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are impacting in our lives. And then from there, I decided, okay, there's a lot of people that came to me after these presentations and said, oh, you know what? It's very interesting. We want to get involved, but I still don't know how to use it. So one way of, it's one thing to understand what cryptocurrencies are and how cryptocurrencies are, but it's another education that you need how to use it. A paradigm now. We're in a complete new paradigm of hardware wallets, of transactions and security issues. So people have a hard time learning it. And I found one of the best ways to teach that was personal training. So I would have a client that would come to me, and I would sit down with them for however long, and anywhere from 1 to 4 hours. It could be 1 to 2, 3 sessions. And I'll explain to them what a hardware wallet is, what a software wallet is, what are the risks to that, where they can buy Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, how they can sell it, because one thing is buying it, but what do I do with it once I buy it, right? How do I sell it? Do I need to sell it? What can I do with the cryptocurrency? The security issues, the tax laws, what do I do? Do I get taxed or not? So there's a lot of information that it's very hard to just get in a broad room of people. And everybody has very particular questions that are catered to their interests and their needs. So I do a lot, to this day, I do a lot of personal training. So that could be online, so it could be in a Zoom meeting or in several sessions with the customer, or we meet face-to-face, and it's quite personal and discreet. A lot of the customers I have are very want to keep everything private and their financial information private. And obviously, I keep that to heart.
Interesting, you've been doing amazingly well, I must say. And it's not easy also being a lady, since we have few ladies in the ecosystem. So finally, what's your closing remark?
Well, my closing remark is that whether you go to be educated or not, cryptocurrency is going to impact your life. And if you look at cryptocurrency, this whole space with that's rooted from Bitcoin, is a digital revolution. It is a revolution in technology, it's a revolution in economics, it's a revolution in free markets. And even if you're not interested or you're not interested in get education, you cannot escape this. It's like the next generation of the internet 3.0. So it's going to impact your life. And anybody that educates themselves properly will be able to take that advantage. So if you consider, and this is a very important point, when I tell people what this revolution is about, it's like all the industrial revolutions we had in the past. We had the electricity revolution, where it changed manufacturing, mass production. We had the steam engine revolution. It changed transportation. Internet, the computer revolution, changed communications. Cryptocurrency is going to change the way we use money and value assets. And that is going to impact us. So if you place yourself properly in this revolution, you're going to gain much success in many different ways. So education is key for that.
Education is the key for that. Thank you very much, Uzma, for joining us today on Coin.
So this is my main screen, and I guess you've looked at this already. So I have quite a few articles that people can go through, just basic information of what cryptocurrency Bitcoin is. So my services, I have this personalized training that I was talking to you about. Customers, whatever they need, I give them personalized how to set up wallet, security issues, tax issues, how markets work. And I also provide a course called Blockchain 101. So Blockchain 101 is something I designed for institutional corporate learning, or even group learning. So this doesn't necessarily teach people how to buy cryptocurrency, how to set up wallet, but it teaches everything. So it teaches about basic introduction of blockchain, the basic technology, and it's not heavy duty technology. It's just enough that people need to understand. So not everybody's technical. My experiences is that when I went to a lot of Bitcoin blockchain meetups, and I've also spoken to many professors in universities, you'll find courses on Bitcoin or blockchain that either are master's or PhD level, right? So you're learning how to write consensus algorithms, or you have for programming, or you have courses for trading. But there's no comprehensive course for a newcomer to step in who's not very technical, but really needs to understand, or is interested to understand, what is the basic technology, where is this technology going, how is the market, the trading market, connected to the technology, what are the dynamics of it, and what kind of projects exist out there. So enough for somebody who's new to say, okay, I want to either invest in Bitcoin or some cryptocurrency, or I want to start programming, make a career in cryptocurrency, or I just want to trade, but you need to understand how the elements come together. So that's why I set up a 5-module course. That's introduction, basic technology, industry, what kind of use cases they are. And there's a lot of cases that have not, use cases that have failed. A lot of blockchain projects have failed. So this highlights what are the fundamentals to make a blockchain project successful. Then I talk about the cryptocurrency market. It's exploding. That's what most people hear about is cryptocurrency. They want to trade. They think they're going to become millionaires if they buy this coin. What is DeFi? What is NFT? All these new concepts coming up. So I talk about that. And there's players. There's a dynamic, a particular dynamic that exists in cryptocurrency market, but not in traditional finance, because it's a very complete different market. There's much risk, different type of players. And of course, at the end, I talk about blockchain development. So what kind of projects exist already? Who are the big companies right now that are, who have products on the market? Like, for example, Hyperledger is one you heard about that people are using to build blockchain. So it's basically a 360. That's why I call it 360. You get a good view. It's a stepping stone to going to a next level, which level you want to go to. Did you hear me, Lee?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm hearing you.
So I'm promoting this to institutions, governments, even group training. This is the, so I stopped it this month because I got very busy, but I was doing a free podcast about what this market, why is it important to to understand cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and blockchain. Where is it going? Because we're hearing about CDBCs. You heard about that, central bank, CBDCs, central bank
CBDC.
digital currencies, stable coins. DeFi is very big. We have now NFTs, or a new type of tokens. So this technology is evolving so fast that it's very important to understand the basics, because if you don't understand the basics, then you won't be able to evolve with it, because what you learn today may not necessarily be true tomorrow, correct? So if you
Yes.
understand the basics, then you're able to adjust to all the changes that are coming. And I think that people lack that. They just jump onto a new idea, jump onto a new concept, but they don't realize how these new ideas and concepts will change. They can't predict or understand the evolution that cryptocurrency is going to go through.
Yeah, interesting. You are doing amazingly well. I could see what you are doing here. It's very, very nice. News Extra interview.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure. Bye bye.
Thank you.